It's Friday, and that means it's time to talk films. We are back with Patrick Beatty, one of our favorite movie reviewers. Thank you for joining us, and looking fabulous with the new mustache, might I add.
What? No, there's nothing with this.
I go, can we get a close-up?
No, he took the mask off, and I went, oh, now we're serious about movie
so serious,
reviews.
and you're more credible.
Well, I figured I must ask you questions about these movies.
Okay, so we're talking at least two new releases.
Two new releases, right? The first one is In the Earth. This actually came out in Sundance this year. It's coming out now. This is directed by Ben Wheatley. It's a film about kind of a pandemic. A virus outbreak happens.
Wait a minute, that sounds familiar.
Sounds familiar.
Before you jump in, let's take a look at the movie.
We had to send a rescue party in to get a group out a couple of months ago. They got lost.
Why didn't they use GPRS?
Okay, and that's where it begins.
Yes, so they're sent out to go and find these scientists that are in the woods, kind of trying to figure out a cure for this virus. As they do, they come to realize that something has happened. Maybe there's a force of nature that is causing the virus to keep going and to stop humanity from trying to solve the issue. This is a trippy film. This has a lot of visuals that are in your face, a lot of flashing lights, so if you're a little bit sensitive to that, this might not be up your alley, but this is a freaky film. Probably one of the freakiest.
Because of what's happening in our world, was it even more freaky?
Well, more so because it took 15 days to film, and they did it during the pandemic.
15 days, that's it.
Only 15 days?
15 during the pandemic.
I don't even know how you pull that
crazy.
off.
But
so it's rated R. Why is it rated R?
R because there's definitely a lot of gore, a lot of violence in certain scenes, and it's just disturbing overall. A lot of disturbing imagery.
So did you like it?
I gave it a 7 out of 10, but the audiences right now, it's currently at a 10%. So take it with a grain of salt.
Audiences aren't liking it, really. It's a little
too close to home.
too close to home.
No one wants to deal with that right now. Yeah.
All right, what's the next film?
Next one is Monday. So this is one that I think a lot of people actually like because Fridays are Falcon and the Winter Soldier, right? So you got Sebastian Stan, and you got Sebastian Stan in this film, Monday, and you got Bucky in the streets with that, and you got Bucky in the sheets with this because it's a romance story.
There you go.
And
take a look.
Yeah.
You are not happy unless you're failing.
Mickey's not the same as he was 6 years ago.
Mickey's a baby.
So these two find each other at a club where Sebastian Stan is being a DJ. They meet each other and then leave the party that night, only to wake up the next morning naked on the beach, getting arrested by the cops. They decide to spend a few weeks together, have this torrid love affair, but was there meant to be any relationship, and should they have even begun a relationship like this? That is the questions that they pose.
Is it a love story? Is it, I mean, this isn't a rom-com.
It's kind of Hallmarky. It's a little bit of a cheesy love story with a little bit more of the romance parts of it. So if you want to see Bucky a little bit buck naked, you might. I'm doing all of the Bucky parts today.
You sound like you're not as quite as big of a fan as the other one.
This wasn't my favorite just because it rushes a lot of like the parts that could be emotional or impactful, and it's just kind of a lot of let's watch Bucky be cute.
Does it wrap up in a way that's satisfying?
You'll have to find out.
You have to find out yourself.
I'm
okay, so you gave this one a 6 out of 10.
6 out of 10.
Also comes out in theaters today. The last one is the one you are most excited about.
So excited. Now, we have a bear right over there, and I'm so excited because we're talking about Paddington 1 and 2.
I think we have a clip.
Stranger danger. There's some sort of bear over there. Probably selling something.
Hello there.
Mary. Hello.
This young bear needs our help, Henry.
Do bears even have names? My name is...
It is adorable. Paddington comes from the jungles, goes to England to basically find a family because his grandparents' bears sent him over. You've got these villains like Nicole Kidman. You've got Hugh Grant that's a villain.
You have big names in this.
Big names. This it's not from Disney. It's not from something that's a big company that you would be going out in droves to see. So I don't think a lot of people got to see these films back in 2015 when the first one came out. And so this, honestly, I would say for children's films, this is The Godfather and Godfather Part 2.
The second one came out when?
Second one, I believe, was 2018.
All right, so these are, if you didn't get to see these,
Both available.
Now's the
you
time.
Can check, first one, I believe, out on video on demand anywhere, and on HBO Max, Paddington 2.
Was this an original idea, or was it based on a book? I'm
based on an original novel, yeah.
Okay.
Have you not read that book?
I have not read the book, but I need to get it for Banks.
It's so cute, and I think Banks would absolutely love it.
Adults and kids would love this.
You would love Patrick's reviews, everybody. You need to know before you go, right? Before you go and check any of these out, find all of his information on your screen right there. He's on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook. You can also go to Patrick Beatty Reviews moviereviews.com or our website, and we will link you. Good to see you on a Friday, my
Thank you
friend.
so much for
Thanks
having
for
me.
coming, Patrick. All right, we can feel good with watching movies. We can also feel good by doing good. Have you next, Brian?